Is it going?
Yeah.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the slow feet makes her attack. Roar! That's all I got. Ow! No! How to make the most out of your quarantine. These are just some tips and tricks that hopefully will help you make the most out of this quarantine. Does that mean that you are going to solve all the Earth's and world's problems during this quarantine? No. This might mean for you that you're gonna rest. And that might be just what you're gonna do, and that's okay. And that might just be what you need, because this video is all about you. Not Susan, not Karen. It's about you. It's not about me. It's about you, because you are going to work on yourself and I'm going to work on myself, and we are going to come out of this quarantine better than ever, and we're just going to be great. It's going to be great. The first thing that I have really noticed that makes a huge difference in my life and my day and my week, whatever, is my morning routine. I'm not going to dive into it right now because I did a whole video about my morning routine, and I will link it above and below because it's really important, but I explain it all there and why I do the things I do. Now, a morning routine isn't just like a miracle worker in and of itself. You have to figure out what you need and then implement that into your personalized morning routine. I would love to help you with that. Let me know if you need some suggestions or some help with that. I would love to do that for you. But I notice that when I don't do my morning routine for more than a few days, I get like way more anxious, way more like just like depressed and down and gloomy and ugh. And so I really need to like keep myself in check and do my morning routine. Like I said, it's not like a miracle worker in and of itself. However, it does have a huge impact on me just because of what I have in it. So something that's huge for me, I've noticed, is yoga, because it helps me slow down and just be in touch with my body and to just like appreciate where I'm at, and I don't know, it's just really great. If you need some yoga suggestions, I have a playlist here on YouTube called Yoga, and it's just my favorite yoga. It's just my favorite yoga videos that I do. Some by Lululemon. Ali Mraz is amazing. Adrienne is amazing. I really love doing their videos. They're easy to follow, and I always feel great after doing them. Sometimes I don't realize how good I'm feeling after I do my morning routine. It's more like after a few days of not doing it, I notice myself feeling all these like bad ways. Okay, and then this happened last week. Actually, a few days ago, I was like, why do I feel so crummy? And I thought through it all, and what it really came down to was, one, I ate a lot of gluten. Gluten always does it for me. And also that I hadn't done my morning routine in days, and that was no yoga. That meant no writing down my gratitude every morning, no meditation, and I was just a wreck. I was a wreck. The other thing that's really great for me is my scheduling for the day. So what I do is I block schedule my day. I have school, I have blocks of work, I have blocks of everything that I need to do. I have it on my Google Calendar in a block. And that way it just helps break up my day. I always look back at my calendar throughout the day, and I rearrange stuff as needed. It's super easy and quick, and that way I get done everything I need to get done, but I also know that I can take time to do nothing productive because it's all accounted for. And it's just something freeing about that, to know that I can sit down and essentially waste time, but not waste time because I'm resting, I'm pouring back into myself. But I can do that guilt-free because I know that I've already scheduled time to get done what I need to get done. It's great. And I talk a lot more about that in that morning routine video. If I don't block schedule my day and stick to it, I end up in this like vortex of working on different stuff on my website or for YouTube or social media, stuff that really interests me and gets me like excited. However, if I don't block schedule my day, I'm in a vortex of working on it because I have one idea after another and I just keep going and going and going, and it's like rabbit trail after rabbit trail, and I end up working on it all day, and before I know it, it'll be midnight and I will be completely worn out, and I won't have known I was completely worn out because I wasn't listening to my body. I was in my vortex of getting things done. So it's just another way that block scheduling my day or following my Google Calendar is so helpful and keeps me on track. But it keeps me on track to not only get done what I need to get done, but to also rest. Along with block scheduling my day, I also have to notice how I'm feeling, and if I'm feeling like I am done and I cannot think anymore, I have to pay attention to that. And then I just look at that block schedule for my day and I move it around as needed so that I can get what I need to get done and rest. It's actually quite easy to figure out how to make it all work when I can see it in that schedule, like my Google Calendar, because I can just schedule things around, I can move them around, I can slide, I can make it shorter, longer. It's super easy and it just makes me feel good to know that I have everything planned. And so when I'm feeling like I need a break, I take one. It's amazing. So like today I was working and I'm like, man, I just need to take a break and not think about all the things I was doing. And so I went downstairs and I got my little Switch and I played Animal Crossing, and it's just such a good way for me to like relieve my stress and to think like creatively, but just for fun. And it's a great stress reliever for me. Another way that I have just been trying to make the most out of this quarantine is by redecorating and rearranging or reorganizing different places around our house. So last week I did a transformation video of this guest bedroom actually, so make sure you check that out. It's really fun. I will link it up here and below. And I know it's so embarrassing. The audio got screwed up in this video, but I don't know what happened. I put it up anyway, so watch it, try to bear through it. It's a fun video to see like how it changed, and I really enjoy it. Now I like to be in here. It's kind of just like cozy and a little change of scenery. I've got some plants in here, and my cats and my dog are not allowed in here because I have my Poshmark closet in here, and it's just calming. It's just nice. But I think I'll also be redoing our master bedroom, and all of these things are just fun because I'm not letting myself spend any money on it. I'm just using stuff already in our house, and it's a really, really fun challenge for me. If you want more videos on like the transformation type videos or like redecorating, stuff like that, let me know because I have tons to redecorate in this house and I would love to do those if you want them. Another way I've been trying to just make the most of this time is to press my skills on making sweets. Yes, making sweets, because I keep running out of snacks and I don't go to the store as much anymore, so I have to get creative. And so I started a mini series on Mondays on just super simple ingredient desserts that are also not horrible for you. So this past Monday I did one on this keto lava cake that's super good, super easy, simple ingredients, and it's really tasty, especially if you have a little bit of ice cream. And so I'm gonna be doing a few more of those. Today I ate my lunch and I'm like, I just want something more. So I made some chocolate peanut butter oatmeal. It's really simple. You make oatmeal and you put in chocolate and you put in peanut butter. Super good. I have found though that making these desserts that aren't horrible for me, it's just a nice little escape, and I don't feel guilty about it because it's not horrible for me, because I totally could eat boxes of cookies every day, but I'm not. I am baking slightly healthier options and trying to not gain a million pounds, even though that would be okay. That's okay. Something super calming for me that I love to do all the summer long, I guess not all year long because we live in Michigan, but right now it's been super helpful for me to take time out of my day, specifically when I'm feeling stressed or to start my day. I sit on our back deck with a cup of coffee and my book. I know, it's crazy. but it's so relaxing and I just love it. I get to be out in nature kind of in our subdivision. I can hear the birds chirping though. I see the squirrels, you know, going by, and it's just nice to be in the fresh air, having the wind blow through my hair and just drinking my coffee, reading my book. It's just super relaxing for me, and I have found that I just feel refreshed after I do that. Another option to do with your time is to do a little bit of an at-home spa. So what this could look like is doing those face masks that you have never had time to do, or just taking some extra time on your nails, or it could be anything that just makes you feel pampered. Okay, maybe it's a bubble bath, light a candle. I just wrote a post on hygge. But I wrote about it on my website, and basically it's the idea of just living an intentional life, and it's a Danish way of living centered around comfort and coziness and, just like I said, like intentional conscious living. And I love this idea. It was really funny to read about because in a lot of ways that's what I've been living by without knowing it had a name. To get that feeling of hygge, go ahead and just light a candle, jump in the bathtub. If you have bubble bath, awesome. Just like create a serene environment where you can just breathe and be. Sometimes I bring a little chair in the bathroom and put my iPad on it and watch a show, or I just sit and think, or I listen to music. Make it whatever you need to make it to feel relaxed and pampered. Keeping a tidy space or tidying up our messy space has also been a really great stress reliever for me, and it just helps me stay in a clear head, a good headspace while we're in quarantine, because we are home all the time. I don't know, when my house is messy, my head is messy and I can't think very well, and I'm just not as happy of a person. So tidying up and just making sure our space stays tidy has been huge. I've also been taking some time to do some spring cleaning. I have this like comprehensive list. If I can find it again, I will link it below. It's on my Pinterest. I try to just do one or two things from that list every day, and then eventually I'll be done, right? Eventually, maybe. Obviously, you're not always going to have time to do all of these things, but I promise that if you carve out time to take time for yourself, you will have it, right? Like, we have to make time to invest back into ourselves, to fill up our cups so that we can keep working hard and we can keep being productive. But my friends, being busy is not something you get a badge of honor for. And that's something that I've had to tell myself again and again before I finally am getting it, starting to. But rest is productive too. Let me say that again. Rest is being productive too. Okay? Like, it is important. And you will be way more productive if you take time to rest than if you don't. All the mundane things of life happened in between these shots today. So I still worked, I still did lesson plans, I still did adult things like banking and online shopping for toilet paper, but I broke up my day in blocks, right? So I could take some time for myself. So I could read outside, so I could play some Animal Crossing, so I could watch some TV, and I hope that you're able to do that too. I hope that some of these tips help you. I hope that you're able to find some time for yourself. If you're still working, if you're an essential worker, thank you. You especially, above all, need some time to rest, to recharge. So I hope that you are able to find some time and some ways to do that. I know it can be so hard to find time to rest, and I know that it can be hard to know how to rest. I have been there too. Like, for a while, I couldn't even tell you what my hobbies were. I couldn't tell you what I like to do in my free time. I couldn't tell you how I like to rest and how I felt recharged. So I get that. However, I encourage you to take time to figure out what makes you feel rested, to make time to figure out what is life-giving to you so that you know what to do when you're feeling down, when you're feeling empty, when you're feeling all the things. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments if you liked it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will forever love you, and let's be real. I love you lots. Bye!